So it's been a while since I've done a streaming movie review. As I've said, streaming reviews are going to be here on YouTube, whereas the theatrical movie reviews are going to be on Patreon, like my Beetlejuice review. And today I'm going to be talking about another Shudder movie. I think the last movie I did talking about streaming was a Shudder film, Infested, which I really enjoyed. Shudder can have some really great movies and other movies that I feel are kind of, shall we say, overhyped. That's what I kind of feel like with a lot of movies, that while they're good, I do feel like they haven't earned that hype with a lot of them. So when this movie was starting to get a lot of buzz, I was like, okay, what is this about? Like, I'd heard multiple things about it, and I was like, hey, I have Shudder on my Amazon. Why don't I go watch it and see what it's about? And technically this movie came out last year, but it's only now been getting buzz this year, because I guess it finally came out to Shudder this year. So yeah. And that is The Demon Disorder. The Demon Disorder is a Australian horror film, and I gotta say, when it comes to movies outside of horror movies outside of the US, there's a good number that really don't miss, especially in this day and age. There's a good number that really just in no capacity, shape, or form miss in any way. And this movie's actually pretty solid too. Is it perfect? I don't think so, but I do think it has a lot of good going for it. I think it has a lot of solid pieces to the film. I think it has some great effects to it, and I think it has a good story, even though I feel like it kind of loses itself at a few points. So the story is that it's set around three brothers, Philip, Graham, and I forget one of them. Basically, it's three brothers, and they've all been kind of apart from each other for a bit after the death of their father, who was losing his mind and becoming abusive, as well as he was becoming abusive, aggressive, all that stuff, and eventually he did die. But the thing of it is, there's something else after his father died, and it's now transferred to the youngest of the brothers, leading to all of them coming together to deal with the fallout of what happened to their father. Now, this movie actually reminds me of another film that kind of delved with demonic possession as a metaphor for dementia. And that's what this movie is. Like, that is 100% what this movie is that it's a film that is a metaphor for, dementia and its effect and toll on the family, as well as more so the after effects of that family. And that film would be The Taking of Deborah Logan, which was a found footage movie, had a huge snake demon in it. It's cool. I actually highly recommend The Taking of Deborah Logan. Also, I forgot to mention earlier in this review is that the father is played by John Noble, who, man, Noble is getting up there in years. You don't see him a lot, and maybe because of the age is why, but you do. When I saw him, I was like, man, John Noble, are you okay, dude? Like, I hope you're okay, because I don't know if it was for the part or whatever, but he was looking rough. No disrespect to John Noble, he's a great actor, but like he was looking rough. Now, the other thing that really drew me in with this movie after hearing all the buzz was all the practical effects. I really there is some solid body horror in here. Like, it's not like Cronenberg level, but then again, what is? But I will say full-heartedly that if you're a fan of practical effects, you're gonna love a lot of what's done in here. There's some great blood splatter. There's some great. There's just some solid body gore to it that just makes you go, ugh. Like, there is a lot of just fun in the sense that it's like you like to watch it, but also like it's really sometimes hard to watch, because this isn't like your typical demonic possession film where the main character is like, oh, I'm automatically possessed, I'm doing freaky things. It's more like the demon is like clawing its way out. Like, the human body's like the cocoon, and he's like and the demon is like trying to emerge like a fucking demented butterfly or some shit like that. That's what it kind of is. I also really like the just the tone of the movie, the atmosphere. It's like a very it's set in the outback. Obviously, it's Australia, but it is like a rugged, dark kind of atmospheric film. There's also some nice comedic points too. There's also some comedic moments too, but it's few and far between. But it does, like, there's just some moments that make you go. I think this movie does lose its pacing a little bit in the middle, and I think it loses it loses some stuff for me middle wise. But I think but that third act really comes back around and is like, damn, that is brutal. I don't want to give too much away of this movie. I do recommend it. It just depends on how much you like body. It's really more of how much do you like body horror, and also I am very well aware that there are a lot of people who don't like these kind of films, not because they're scary, but more of they remind people of events in their own family of dealing with dementia. As I said, this is more much like The Taking of Deborah Logan. This movie is about not just the effects of a family member with dementia, but it also deals with the after effects, like the aftermath of that person is gone, and now you have to pick up the pieces of that family. So I understand that there are going to be people who this is going to resonate a lot more with others than it is with than some, and some might even find that fact scarier than the actual demonic possession. So for that reason, I'm going to make it a solid recommend. If you have Shudder, I do highly recommend. This is a good movie. It's not long either. It's only like an 86-minute movie, so it's under an hour and a half. So you're not really losing much of anything. I think that also helps, is the runtime is very brisk. So I gotta hand it with that. Anyway. So, what did you guys think? If you've seen The Demon Disorder, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of it. I didn't want to give too much away with this review because the movie has just been getting buzz, so I don't want to give too much away with this movie. But yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of The Demon Disorder? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.